I spy with my little eye. A spy museum video with Elaine and Jeremy.
Better late than never, I always say.
Yes, we went to the International Spy Museum in DC for my birthday. Hey, fun times. And it was awesome. You want to talk about all the reasons why it's awesome now?
It was pretty cool because you got to learn about the technology that goes into being a spy. You get to learn some of the backstory of a lot of people that were international spies from different cultures. You get to learn about the seedy underbelly of international espionage. And you get to watch a film that is narrated by Morgan Freeman since he has his new teeth.
I actually turned to Jeremy after watching the video and I was like, hey, that sounds like someone trying to do an impression of Morgan Freeman. It's just like a smidge off. And he's like, that is Morgan Freeman. And I was like, oh, whoopsies.
Yeah, he just has like weird dentures now, so he sounds a little different. He's got like a to his voice that he didn't have before. But you start off by going into a room, watching a Morgan Freeman narrated thing, and then the door opens up and you are in the spy museum.
Yeah, that's after you get your identity though, because there's
That's
an
true.
interactive mission thing that you can complete if you want to as you're going through the museum. Jeremy didn't do as well as me. I just needed to point that out.
Yeah, I didn't do as well as she did, but that was mostly because she kind of kept forgetting my information. But yeah, you have like a badge and you populate the badge with information in the beginning and then you answer questions and stuff, right? You
do little mini missions.
Yeah, little mini missions at the interactive tables throughout the exhibits. And it was fun. That was a fun little element to it. I think the most fun I had was in the Bin Laden section. They had some interactive stuff that you could do there that was kind of cool, where you had to gather information and put it all together and make connections on figuring out where Bin Laden was. And I thought that was kind of interesting. There was like 3 different mini games that were all like one right after another that had to do with the same thing. And there was one where you were looking at the compound that he was in and trying to figure out how to get a recommendation to the president that Bin Laden was actually in there. So you had to go with whatever information you had, looking at it from satellites and all that kind of stuff. And I thought that was kind of cool.
I think my favorite was very early on in the museum. There was this wall of weird gadgets, some of which were never actually used in what they were used for. And I was like, oh, the way they want to disguise things is interesting. My favorite were the balls. Jeremy knows what I'm talking about.
The balls?
The balls, where they thought they could hide information in the balls because no one would look there.
Oh,
you died.
yeah.
I was like, that's an interesting concept. They didn't look remotely realistic. It was just, if you took orangutan hair from like a low budget movie of Bigfoot and tried to stick it on a really bad prosthetic, that's what this looked like.
Yeah, I thought the different types of spy tech that they had when it was like a lot less technologically advanced than what we have now, but these older versions of spy tech were very creative, like having a chess set where if you put the pieces in the right spot, it would like open up compartments, and having very early rudimentary like robotics. It was really cool. There was also a little mini video talking about women in espionage and within the CIA and stuff, and how they would use the fact that they were looked down on and kind of ignored to get ahead in the industry because people would not believe that they were capable of doing the things that men were able to do.
Ah, yes. Trust me, because I'm female.
So overall, what do you think of this experience, and do you think it's worth the ticket?
I think it was the best museum we went to. It was also the only paid museum we went to, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it, although our taxpayers pay for the other ones. But this was a lot of fun. It was very unique. I liked that it was interactive. I liked that there was a lot of stuff to do, and if there was something you weren't as interested in, you could kind of just skip it and do something else. But there was a lot to occupy your time. We were there for roughly 2 hours, and we got in a decent amount, but we could have been there for much longer if we had the time.
Yeah, we actually went till they closed, so we kind of had to rush through towards the end, but we definitely could have spent more time there, like you said. And the tickets cost about $35, varying on the day, plus or minus a few bucks, varying on the day and time. And you pick a time that you're going to go. And I think it was worth the price. Like you said, it was the only one that we went to that cost something, and I think it was worth the cost. There was definitely a lot of interactive things that you could do there. There was a lot of stuff that you could play with and read and act out. Like there was the section where you could crawl through the vents and you had to try and catch the person while they were crawling through the vents. I thought that was fun. So definitely worth it. Check it out.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Something else I would always recommend is this content here on the channel. Leave a comment down below. Have you ever gone to the Spy Museum? Do you intend to go? Let us know your experiences there. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of this content going forward, and ring that bell so you know what's up, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye, guys.
Hi, Tisha Valenza, aka Poison Ivy, and you've just been watching King's Entertainment Reviews. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.